right, cool, man. We back with another episode of NFL Pregame Picker. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We got B Fire here. Derek's out of
Trying.
town, but he left us our picks this week. He will be back next week. They'll be on later as usual. And of course, we got the Dolphins and the Bills right now on TV. I want to ask you, starting off, what's going on with the Miami Dolphins? You see a lot of drama. It looks like Mike McDaniel is going to get fired before the end of this season. Do they turn it around? Are things going to be better?
Uh, they might as well. Honestly, they might as well start. They might as well start over. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like they're gonna try to start over. I mean, like not get rid of everybody because there's some contracts and stuff. Blah blah blah. Right, but I'm surprised, like what you just said too, because I started to hear that talk. I started to hear it like yesterday. The whole, Mike McDaniel's is his job on the line. If he loses today, is it going to be a wrap for him? And honestly, that's what it's looking like because they had high hopes for him, as you remember, right? A couple years ago, they was talking like he was going to be the it coach. All right, fine. You get Tyreek, and then as I keep saying, it makes more sense for the Dolphins to lose games if they want to get Tyreek out of there, right? So where does he go? Does he go to the Steelers? Huh? Maybe. Does he go back to the Chiefs? I'm sorry, the Chiefs. So I think they looking bad. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out for them. Right? Is it? No, that's just my opinion.
That man just scored as you spoke to about Tyreek Hill.
They
The
they
game
tied
is
it up, right?
almost tied 21. Almost.
Mm,
They ain't kicked the extra point, but should tie it up.
mm.
Which
Wow.
I want to know this. What team do you think Tyreek Hill will end up at? Say
Oh,
probably
oh,
mid-season, realistically.
oh. If you want to make it exciting, go to the Chiefs. If you want to make it exciting, go to the Chiefs. Reunite with the Chiefs. Hype it up, right? Oh my God, is the Chiefs back now? Blah blah blah. That type of talk. Which they don't win. I don't think they win the Super Bowl, but it makes more sense to bring them back to the Chiefs. My opinion, my personal opinion. I think Steelers they'll be in the second run, just maybe, but I don't see it because you got Metcalf there, right? So
But the
yeah,
Steelers do have a thing about receivers with big personalities being like, I guess, cancerous in the locker room,
that's
for
true.
lack of better terms. So it would be good for drama to bring Tyreek there with DK.
Yeah, that makes sense
It
too.
from that aspect.
Yeah, it makes sense too. I would say 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. Some people could look at it as 2 and 1. Steelers first, Chiefs second, or Chiefs first, Steelers second. I believe it's gonna be like one of them. That's just my opinion. I don't see him going to anywhere else. So we got it, but we got to see what
They'll
this game does.
Yeah, because like someone said in the chat, Scotty Boy said, or was it Scotty Boy? Yeah, this game should not be close. But Dell, I want to ask you, what's your thoughts on the Dolphins situation as it stands right now?
Wait, they trash. Um, but they about to get Mike McDaniel up out of there pretty soon. That's what's gonna happen. And I totally agree with y'all about the Tyreek Hill. Like B said, if they want to trade him, they got to keep losing. It ain't no point in keeping him, right? So um, I could see him going to the Chiefs, back to the Chiefs or the Steelers, like y'all said. So I agree with y'all.
Yeah, personally, I would not
True.
want to see him go to the Steelers. That would just be too annoying as bad as Baltimore's defense been playing lately.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that. The Chiefs would be, obviously a good storyline and make it seem like this could be how the Chiefs could possibly turn their season around,
absolutely.
which segues into my next question. Are the Chiefs cooked?
They
Is the
done.
season a wrap for them? Are they even going to be a playoff team? Never
Yo,
mind the Super
Lobo,
Bowl. Are they going to be a playoff team?
Lobo, stop asking that question. Yes, they're cooked, man. They're cooked. Right, Dale. Right
They're
there. Listen,
going to the
they're
Super.
they're done, bruh.
they're
Not,
done.
they're not going
We
to push Taylor Swift anymore.
no, we said it last week, bruh. They finna start 0-2. What they do? Start 0-2. They're
Yeah.
done, bruh.
Now, don't get it messed up, y'all. The Chiefs will have a run. One of these weeks they're gonna start right there, like you know how that go. They're gonna
Yeah.
probably win 3, 4 games in a row, blah blah blah, enough to make them at least compete for the, if not the top seed, have them compete for that seventh, that I'm sorry, that wild card, something like that. So they have to be there. So they're gonna have a little run. But as far as like what we've been seeing last year or the year before, then they're gonna no, people, no,
Yeah.
no. I don't see it.
So they're not
No.
gonna make Mahomes the GOAT anymore?
They still consider him the GOAT
And
though.
niggas really
They
believe he
do.
was gonna be the GOAT. They really thought they
They
tried so hard to
do,
push
bruh.
that shit too. I'm just like, it's
like
like, bro, he's
technically
not
he's still
even if you want to go off the basis that Brady is the quote unquote GOAT, like nigga wasn't even halfway to the rings yet. It's like, what
Yeah.
are we doing here?
that's what I'm saying. Like he, until somebody like who's the one they have high hopes on, what, Josh Allen, right? Or even a Lamar, or somebody like that,
Joe Burrow at a
Joe
time.
Burrow. Things like that, players like that. If they're not competing with him, Patrick Mahomes is still the final boss. But even the final boss can go on a 10-year hiatus. Tom Brady did
Tom Brady did. Yep.
it. you know, and
I
nobody
don't think
and
Mahomes gonna play nearly as long as Tom Brady. It's not
I
gonna
don't
be no 20 fucking years. That's not
I don't
Nah.
happening.
I don't think so either. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. And Andy Reid is not coaching for another 20 or 15 years
Fuck
either,
that.
right?
Hell
So
no.
Hell
I,
no.
I think a lot of people forget that, when they think about, oh, this the next Patriots dynasty. I'm like, no, Andy Reid been doing this for a long time already. This is his back end. So
Hmm.
like, no, just be realistic.
That nigga
I
was
don't
the
even
head
give
coach for
Reed
the
5 more years, to
that,
be honest.
that nigga that nigga was the head coach for the Eagles when they were in that
E-
dynasty.
exactly. And
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think a lot of guys forget that. They forget that. So we already know what's going on with your man Travis. He's almost out, basically he's out the door. He's
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
right. He's gonna follow along his brother. Both of them is just gonna both of them's gonna be officially retired together. And they did their things. They going down in the Hall of Fame. Blah blah blah. He's gonna get married to Travis. That is to what's her name? Taylor.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift.
Swift, and now what's so funny. I'm. What do you guys think? Just real quick. This is not off topic, but it is kind of. Does she keep that last name, or does she become a Kelsey, or does she do the Swift Kelsey type thing?
I think that one.
Swift Kelsey.
Probably they might keep both their last names the same thing because, like, you gotta remember these are brands we're talking about. Like
Yeah,
Taylor Kelsey don't sound the same as Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift been in the music game way too long to be switching shit up.
you're right. That's why I asked you guys. I was
You don't hear
curious.
Beyonce Carter.
That's true. What works in her favor is just straight Beyonce,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Beyonce.
standalone name.
You don't even hear the Beyonce knows, like just Beyonce. So that works in her favor. So
Hmm.
I think you're right with the whole thing. You got Taylor Swift. She uses first and last name, and you don't want to really change that. So yeah,
Yeah, it's not like regular folk and shit like that. But real quick before we go to the next thing, who you got winning this game? Dolphins and Bills, since it is fourth quarter.
Bills in a close one.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with you. Bills, Dell, who you got?
Bills.
Derek had the Bills, clean sweep across the board. Bills all the way.
There you go.
All right.
Bills.
Now, next question. Danny Dimes, he's earning his nickname so far. How long does this last? Is this gonna be a couple weeks? It's gonna be a whole season thing, and then it's back to
Reg-
regular schedule program with him? Because from what I heard, he's the favorite, the MVP favorite through 2 weeks so far.
Over Justin Herbert.
Danny fucking Dimes. Danny
Wow.
Dimes. I know it sounds crazy as hell to say. Yeah,
Over
the
Justin
hype
Herbert.
train is
That's
real apparently.
wow. Over. Oh man. Okay. Oh man. Wow. You just stung me with that one. Shit.
I
Wow.
was
All right.
surprised too. I was like, Ain't no way out of all the people, Danny fucking Dimes.
So I mean, maybe I'm guessing a whole bunch of people load up on him for the MVP, right? Anybody that's able to, their sports book allows MVP picks. Maybe a lot of people will load up on him, and then like he gets into a real slump, and then he sat down or he can't play for a while due to something, right? And then I don't. That's crazy that you say that. I don't.
That is wild.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy to me. What? For real?
I know. Which I don't
Wow.
know how that works when, if anything, he could be, well, for one, MVP and Danny Dimes the same sense don't even fucking sound right. But the fact it really should be, if it's an award, he should be in the running for it at any point. It should be comeback player of the year. Because he came from being a backup
Yeah.
last year to being a starter this year. So it wouldn't make sense for him to be the MVP or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I
But
don't
yeah, I
see
do
that.
think the Colts may mess around, make the playoffs. Danny Dimes, he gonna turn into the Danny Dimes you usually see if they
Of
make the playoffs.
course,
Just know
of
that.
course, of course. And you know what it is going to be? It's going to listen, guys. It's going to be a game where we think the Colts is supposed to beat a certain team, and then they don't. I really believe it's going to be like that. A team where the Colts they're supposed to win, right? And then, like you said, he goes back into that good old New York Giants, Daniel.
It can
I
be.
think,
Kind
It
of like
can be
Sam
this
Darnold did
weekend.
in the playoffs. He
yeah,
started seeing ghosts again.
yeah, yeah. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. That's kind of wild. I don't know about that one.
I'm waiting for it. But speaking of quarterbacks, Joe Burrow is gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
But that man Jake Browning, which I was talking to Roberto earlier this week. You ever notice when Jake Browning plays for the Bengals, the game always seems to be interesting for whatever crazy reason.
Yep.
Somehow manages to put up a good amount of yards,
Yep.
throw some touchdowns, definitely some picks, but throw some touchdowns. What
Yep.
what's gonna happen with him now? Are the Bengals cooked, or
I
is it
want to
gonna
hear.
be they gonna stabilize? They gonna float along for a little bit
I want to hear
until
from
Joe
Dell.
gets there, and then they might start winning again.
I
Yeah,
want to
that's
hear
your
from
team.
Dell.
I forgot. That's right, Dell.
I thought about when
The
I saw that. I said I want to hear from Dell. I want to hear what he got to say about this.
um the newly Bengals fan right here. All right. But anyways, um it's a blow. Don't get me wrong. But if we could start off 3-0, and then because our next 3 weeks are gonna be tough, and just stay afloat, like 2 games above 500 or at 500 when Joe come back, um, we could make a push for that last for the 6 or 7 spot. We're not winning the division for sure, not hell no. But if we could get in that wild card and just stay afloat until he gets back, that'll be ideal. Do it
Hmm.
hurt? Yes, it
Buffalo just
hurts.
scored.
Okay. So you guys said 3 months, right? So they're counting. Well, so September, October, November. Yeah. So just in time for the playoffs, right? Or they saying October, November, December. They doing it like that, or they count September,
Like that
October,
playoff
November.
push.
Okay.
September,
Usually from the
October.
time of the injury when they say
Who's
three
from?
months.
He'll
Okay.
probably be back sometime in December.
Sometime. Okay. Okay. All right.
So whenever it's time to make that playoff push, teams in the hunt, etc., like that.
Yeah.
Because who did that shit? When Aaron Rodgers with the Jets, except the Jets didn't do shit, but it was around that time. Or no, he didn't come back at all. Never mind.
because
No.
Somebody did that. Some quarterback did that shit.
I forgot.
oh man, who was it? It was somebody. Shit, we can't remember off the top of our heads.
Mm-mm.
But the interesting thing about this whole Joe Burrow thing, I had somebody on my YouTube. They actually commented and said Joe Burrow injury, and the NFL is doing it like that. They want to keep him away for at least 3 to 4 months, so when he comes back, he can go to the Super Bowl and face the Eagles.
I like that.
Yeah, that
Huh?
that's yeah, exactly. That's what he said. So the NFL wants to stretch it to 3 to 4 months, right? That way, he can come back and, like we just said, do the whole push, and they actually go back. They actually go back to the Super Bowl and face the Eagles. Now, my thought process about that is, So you telling me they're gonna do that with Joe Burrow again? Now he got hurt.
And
The
Jalen Hurts on the other side of things too, after just winning the Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I was exactly, and I'm like, so they just gonna gift Joe Burrow with another Super Bowl after an injury again? Because it already happened to him his second year, right? Or his first year he got hurt. The second year he was able to go to the Super Bowl. So this year's everything's gonna happen in one season, right? He'll get hurt and then go back to the Super Bowl. So does Joe Burrow just get gifted with Super Bowl appearances after getting hurt? I don't know. That's just something for you guys to think about.
I'm a no, you right. Um, I don't know if they're gonna double back to that, but um, if the Bengals were to do it or try to make a run, it would be this year. To be honest,
Oh wow. Oh, okay.
I would say that
Hold on,
because
time out.
well,
The Bengals, the poverty franchise, the cheap ass Bengals, one of the cheapest organizations in the league. We talking about them going to the Super Bowl again.
no,
Like
I said
fuck all that Joe Burrow shit. The poverty ass Bengals.
if they were to make the run, yeah, it would be this year, bro.
Wow.
100%.
So you're saying that
Yeah,
if they don't do it this year, it's pretty much a wrap for him.
yeah. The reason why is because they paid Chase and Higgins so much and Burrow. They're eating up all the cap. Three, all three of them, right?
Yeah.
And you know they don't like to pay nobody. We're lucky that we even got Hendrickson back this year. You get what I'm
Yeah, for
saying?
real.
So that's what I'm saying because Hendricks, he's not on a contract. He's this 1 year and maybe gone.
Mm.
So
Mm. Okay.
that's why I say that.
Wow. 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 It's gonna be interesting what happens with him. I'm gonna be pretty interested to see what goes on with him when he comes back.
And they have the talent as a team to stay afloat.
Okay. Do they beat the
Yeah, I
Ravens?
refuse to trust the Bengals that
Do
damn
they
much. Like,
do they
sure,
beat the
maybe split a
Ravens?
game with the Steelers or Ravens.
And it's yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as the season, you think so? Do they split with any one of those guys or
Let me see what the schedule looking like. Hold on, bro.
I say split if anything.
split? Right?
What, all of them?
Wow.
Nah, just the Ravens, not every team. What's good, Labrie?
Shut up, Labrie.
Oh, let me check something.
So they're gonna
Floyd
let
Heavyweather said the Bengals are doomed.
yeah. See,
Hey, you know when Joe Burrow supposed to make his return?
oh God,
When?
hold on. Against who? It's a specific team he wants to say.
Yep.
um,
Against
do they go against the Chiefs this year?
nope.
No. Uh, shit.
Who
I
is
mean,
it?
Baltimore.
oh shit. Wow.
That's when he make his return.
Probably
Week
gonna be a
15.
primetime game.
That's
Yep.
the
Or does it
second.
say if it's a primetime game or not?
Let me see.
That's the second time they go against Baltimore, right? Like that'll be
Yep.
this. Oh
That'll
man.
be the second time. Yep.
Hmm.
And then look at this. Look at the schedule, bro. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes you got to look ahead. So they play Baltimore when he get back, right? Then they got the Dolphins. Then they got the Cardinals. Then they got the Browns. All
Thursday
at
night
home.
football, November 27th. 27th. No, no, actually, no. Wait, there's twice.
Nah,
Thursday night football, the
twice.
27th, December 14th, and the Sunday at 1 p.m.
Mm.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
That's why I
Uh-oh.
said all they got to do is stay afloat until he get back.
So your man Brownie got to do something then.
Facts. He does.
Like I
Like I
said, he can
said,
make shit exciting. Anytime he plays, or
if
more times than not, the game does be exciting.
if look, this is what was gonna gotta happen. They gotta beat the Vikings to go to 3-0. Broncos gonna be kind of tough. That might be 3-1. Then Detroit, 3-2. Then the Packers in Green Bay, 3-3, right? Then they got the Steelers. That's a winnable game. Then they got the New York Jets, winnable game. Then they got the Bears, winnable game. So
Mm-hmm.
If they could just stay afloat, they got to start off 3-0 though.
Who's that third string?
Shit, I don't even know.
No, no, okay.
Let me see.
What you getting at? Jake Brown might get hurt.
No, I mean, yeah, no. I'm just saying though, because in case any, because no, I'm told. All right, if they're gonna do a push like that, and if let's say he probably does get hurt, right? Right, that'll be two down. And if we're looking at Joe Burrow to make it, then that third string now becomes the backup. So it's like I was just curious to know, okay,
Brett
who's that back?
Ripien. That shit ain't happening. They cooked. If it's Brett
Yeah,
Ripien,
bro.
they cooked. I'm gonna stop you right
Yeah.
there. We
See,
seen this nigga play with the Broncos. They cooked.
there you go.
Over with.
Yeah, that
There you go.
yeah, they cooked. If it Brett Ripien, they are beyond cooked.
There you go. Mm.
Uh uh. Another team that had some semi high expectations, the Raiders. Same old Geno, 50-50 quarterback. One game he might look great, other games he looks terrible. So far, he's pretty much looked terrible though.
Yeah.
Are the Raiders still the same old fraud team? We
Yep.
2 weeks in now, and every year it feels like this. Somehow I don't understand how. No matter who it is, Gardner Minshew, Derek Carr, whoever the Jimmy G, Geno Smith, for some reason, there's always this belief that the Raiders are gonna excel. Well, not by everybody, but some people believe the Raiders are gonna excel and do good, which I don't, for the life of me, understand where this shit is coming from. The Raiders don't need to be good. They're in fucking Las Vegas. There's enough shit to do. People gonna go to watch the game because it's in Vegas. It's the same shit with the Cowboys. They don't need the Cowboys to do good. Shit, the stadium gonna be sold out anyway. That's what the Raiders are. It's just a sideshow attraction, for lack of a better term. That's all they
I,
are. Don't get tricked by the Pete Carroll and the 5'2" running back who stands up whenever they snap the ball and somehow he's the second highest paid in the league. Don't get tricked by all that stupid shit. No, the Raiders fucking ass. That's
oh,
all they
well,
gonna be.
well, I can't disagree with you with that one, Lobo. So I mean, I feel the same way too. And then you got the pill. My God, Brady and nah. Now the Raiders will have exciting games, right? I think they'll have a lot of exciting games because due to the fact that they are in Las Vegas, and also they still want to make a big deal out of the whole Tom Brady being in the skybox, and of course, so you want to still make them watchable, right? Pete Carroll and Geno, but that whole thing that they had in Seattle is not going to carry on over here. It's not. Geno Smith been getting away with a lot of good ass wins for the last couple years. If you guys noticed that, right? There've been plenty of times
It
we
was like
all.
1 year.
Well, I would say two. I would say two. It was, it was two. It was the year before, and last year was kind of pretty decent. And what I mean by that, not big success, but I'm talking about like them winning games that they wasn't supposed to win. That's what I mean. So I stand corrected. So it seemed like he was getting away with that a lot for the past 2 years, winning games that they wasn't supposed to win. I think it doesn't carry over with the Vegas Raiders, right? I don't think so. I think they struggle, but they will be exciting to see because of where they at, who their owners are, and things like that. That's it.
That's funny as fuck. That's hilarious. But yeah, last team that oddly had some high expectations, which kind of made sense, but even then it's the Bears. Same old Bears. So far, obviously 2 games in the season, things might change. Doubt it. What's up with the Bears? What's up with your boy? Be fire, Caleb Williams. What's up with your boy?
uh, I mean, he is what I thought he was. He is what I thought he was gonna be. So, and I, to be fair, for those that rock with him, so far, he is exactly what I thought he was gonna be. What his situation was. I don't see. I don't care about having a new coach and then no. He is who we thought he was going to be. If the Bears was to do any better, it won't be because of their offense. It'll be because they rile that defense back up in the next couple years. That's what the Bears is really known for. Everybody knows that. The Bears is not really known for their offense. Never was. right? The Bears is what?
Even that Super Bowl team that lost, that's true. Yeah, they had
E-
Rex Grossman as a quarterback.
exactly. And even before that, the one that they did win when the Bears beat the Patriots, right? They was known for their defense, and that's the reason why they had got the win, right? So, eh, I think he's just what he is. He's just there. He's just there. He'll win some games.
Hype train.
Yeah, there you go, hype train, but I don't expect anything. No, no.
Floyd
Yeah, they're
everywhere said the
defeated.
best Bears is a defensive team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they was always known for.
All right, speaking of hype train, we got the Colts Sunday 1 p.m. game, 4.5 point favorite at the Tennessee Titans. Do the Titans finally get a win, or is Cam Moore going to get crushed yet again for another week with this poor excuse of a football team? Tennessee Titans. I'm taking the Colts. Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
Uh, this can be a tricky game. It can be because it's a division game. But like I said, Tennessee, they're probably going to win one or two games. So I'm going with Indianapolis.
Mm.
And divisional games usually be, close and wacky at times too.
Yeah,
Derek took the Colts. B, who you got?
that's it. That's dead. You're right about that one. Um, you know what? I say the Colts. Since you saying that the whole Danny Dimes thing is an MVP consideration, so usually when somebody's in an MVP watch, they have a couple games where they do real good, right? I'm going to say that the Colts win, but they win in a close one. I think the Titans cover, right? I think the Titans cover, but the Colts win. So I say Colts.
All right, next game we got Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, 1.5 point favorite at the Patriots. Derek got the Patriots. B, who you got?
Yeah, it's to let everybody know. The Pittsburgh Steelers is now on my ban list. I
What
will
after
not.
last week?
Yes, I for my members, I'm not giving no picks that deal with the Steelers. So I'm letting that be known now, unless there's a real legitimate reason why I do that, right? But I don't right. It's a couple of it's some research I've been doing that I'm leaving them alone, right? But I'm gonna say I'm gonna give them this win this week. I'm gonna give them this win this week. I say they'll beat the Patriots this week. This week, Steelers.
Steelers, okay. Dale, who
Yeah.
you got?
I'm a follow right behind B Fire. I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
I feel like this game will play a role later on in the season for sure during the playoff race.
I agree.
Because for one, both these teams will probably be in the hunt. This game gonna come back and bite one of these motherfuckers in the ass.
I agree.
Mm-mm-mm. This was I'm kind of on the fence with it, but I'm a lean Pittsburgh on this one. Would it shock me if the Patriots won? Absolutely not. But yeah, I'm taking the Steelers. We'll tell I'm out of ink. Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers on this. Give me a sec.
One
Next
is one.
game, New York Jets, Dale's old team. What were you about to say?
Oh no. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say the Jets, Dale's old team at the Buccaneers, who are 6.5 point favorite. Is Baker on another hot streak? Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
Yes. Uh, I think Tampa Bay is really going to cement themselves in the NFC where they can make a run for, possibly making a deep run into the playoffs. So I think Tampa is just, they're here, bruh. Tampa Bay.
Say that again.
I said Tampa.
Okay, cool. Derek got the Buccaneers. It's hard to trust the Jets on anything. And this is even before Aaron Rodgers. This goes back to Mark Sanchez.
Mm.
Give me the Buccaneers on this one. If I ain't say Derek, take the Bucks. I say it again. B, who you got?
Yeah, I'm riding with you guys. And to put it out there, the top three teams I'm heavy on in the NFC, top three, the Buccaneers. I have them actually tied level to level with the Packs with my pick. Yes, the Buccaneers and the Buccaneers, they my top two.
The Paccaneers.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that. The
fire, right?
Paccaneers.
Yeah, the Buccaneers. I like that. Yeah, I'm right. I really do believe that. I do think Baker will win a freaking Super Bowl.
They
I'm
could
not.
make a run this year, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
believe it. Something feels weird. You get what I'm saying, right? Like something feels weird. And give me the Buccaneers. I could see Baker getting an MVP one year, right? I could see him winning a Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. I still ain't forget about that damn NFL 100 commercial when what Brady did. You
With the
guys know,
rings.
yeah, with
Gave
the
him them
rings.
rings and shit, and they was like playing football at the banquet, and Marshawn Lynch and all the retired players was there. I know what you're talking about.
And it's
Yeah,
I
crazy.
don't know about that though, because typically Heisman winning quarterbacks, not a lot of them do that.
that's true. That is
That
true.
is my one hang up on it.
That is
Success
true.
going to the playoffs consistently, sure, but
But
winning a Super Bowl, not anymore.
you
I don't
know,
know about that.
the funny thing about that though is because we don't hear about Baker Mayfield as much, right, guys? Who we hear about? We hear about the Jalen Hurts, right? Of course, we'll hear about Mahomes. We'll hear about and I'm talking about like the guys who came in 2017, 18, around that time. Baker Mayfield was one of the guys that came in around that time as well, but we hardly hear about him. And I just think he'll creep up and put it like this: I could see him in a Super Bowl,
Mm.
playing in a Super Bowl. I don't want to go as far as winning. I can see him playing in a Super Bowl. I'm high on the Bucks this year. So there you go.
Yeah, because like, would you wanna, or would they even want to have him win a Super Bowl very soon, or shortly after Brady won one there in Tampa? That's my biggest thing there. Like you, if they do it, they'd want to space it out a little bit more
Yes. You're right.
because it kind of just undermine him. Like ain't nobody won shit in Chicago since Michael Jordan. So
The facts. Yeah.
not even there was the nigga from Chicago.
Yeah. You're
Obviously,
right.
there's other reasons why, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, we back to the Raiders at the Commies, who are 3.5 point favorite and injury bitten is all
Wait.
hell.
The who?
The Commies, the Commanders.
Oh no. Wait.
That team used
Okay.
to be the Redskins.
Yeah. Raiders. Okay.
Dale, who you got?
Hey, this one is tough. Cause like you said, all the injuries. Um fuck. I'm a so Jaden is out for sure.
Let me see.
They didn't rule him out officially though, right? I ain't seen no news about that.
Bro.
Mm-mm.
Just
So you would think, if anything, they would say, he ain't gonna play or etc. is still the big question. So, and who's they back up? Fucking Mariota.
Mariota. Yeah. I you know what? This is tough, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that. The Raiders are the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I don't give a fuck, bro. Commanders.
I'll say this about, well, Derek picked the Commanders too. I'll say this about the Raiders, or more specifically Geno. It's like I said, 50-50 Geno. You don't know what the hell you're gonna get with Geno Smith. He might ball out, which I
Yeah.
haven't seen a whole lot of this year. He might have one of them games. But yeah, the situation is questionable with the Commanders. And like I said before, I don't really trust the Raiders. I'm a lean with Washington on this one. And I just realized Josh Johnson is on the roster for the Commanders. This nigga is still in the league.
Damn.
I find that yeah. Wasn't he be on like 17 teams now? Shit, he might have a
Damn,
Redskins jersey and the Commanders jersey at this point.
that's
Yes.
that's a fact.
Yeah, he need. You know what? Every team in the NFL at some point needs to sign this nigga, bro, so he can have all 32 teams as jerseys.
That's
33 if you count the Redskins and Commanders. He need to
that's,
do it.
that's
I'm rooting
wild.
for him to do it. Every team sign this nigga, man. Sign this nigga. B, who you got?
I'm gonna take the Commanders. I'm gonna take the Commanders with this one. It just feel like big Geno Smith. Let me get the Commanders. I now don't get it twisted. The Commanders ain't gonna go on no big run or anything like that. But somebody has to win this specific game if it's not a tie. But let me get the Commanders with this one. I think the Commanders will take it.
Hey, bro, if there's ever a time to pick a tie, this would have been a good week to do it, and this would have been a good game.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it can affect both conferences. I mean, both divisions as well. Mm.
True. Very true. Next game, we got the Rams at the Eagles, who are 3.5 point favorite. When is this Eagles fall off gonna happen? B, I'm gonna start with you.
I'm gonna take the Eagles. Right. I'm gonna take the Eagles, but their fall off will happen. As I said, um, when did they start the tush push? Last year or the year before?
It
Uh,
was the year before that.
year before, right? I do believe before it officially ends, that's how the Eagles will get eliminated in the playoffs. I'm still sticking with that. I do believe that it'll come down to they'll be fourth and goal or fourth and one, whatever it is, and they need a tush push, and they will fail and they'll get eliminated like that. That's still a big long shot prediction, but anyway, that's for another time. Let me take the Eagles on this one. The Rams, I rock with the Rams, but I just think the Eagles, because the Eagles beat them twice last year. They're in the season and also in the playoffs, so they'll probably have a 3-up leg on them, right? Let me get the Eagles.
Dale, who you got?
I'm rolling with B, Philadelphia.
Derek got the Eagles. Early in the year, give me Philly on this one. Close game though.
Yeah, yeah.
Next game, we got ATL at Carolina. 5.5 point favorite going to the Falcons. Dale, who you got?
Carolina is trash. Bro, trash. Bryce Young, trash.
Man,
You agree, Lo?
mm.
No. He got
Trash.
receivers who can't stay in bounds and run shitty routes besides McMillan.
Trash. This is third year trash. Um, I can't back Carolina. Um, we've done it in the past where we backed them and they always fail to, you know, do something
Deliver.
right. But I think I hate this for Atlanta as well because, well, as being a Penix owner in fantasy, I hate this because I think Atlanta found something last week by running the ball. So
You
I
mean that
think
shit they should
Atlanta,
have done like 2 years ago
100%,
with their old coach?
100%. So they they gonna get Bijan the ball, man. And like I said, I think Atlanta found something through the run game, and they're gonna run the ball on Carolina all day long.
B, who you got?
I'm a roll with Atlanta. I think that it'll be a two-man race in that division with Tampa Bay and the Falcons. To be honest, so it'll be like a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth type of thing. So the Falcons will have to win some games in order to keep up
Hmm.
with Tampa Bay, or vice versa. How whatever you guys think about. Everybody has their own opinion on who's going to win that division, right? But I think it'll be neck and neck. I won't be surprised if Carolina probably does a back door or something like that.
I
But
was
for the
just
most
gonna say that shit. Yeah.
right? I can probably see it in this game, but for the most part, give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons on this one.
Clean sweep across the board. Derek picked the Falcons. We all went ATL on this one. Dale, I'm gonna kick it off with you on this next one since it's your team. Cincinnati at Minnesota, who's a 2.5 point favorite.
Mm.
Backup quarterback bowl. Who you got?
Uh, Minnesota, they the favorite right now. But I just think, like I said earlier, for the Bengals to stay afloat, they got to win this game. I'm not gonna bet it, um, but I think Bengals can go into Minnesota and beat them just because Minnesota got Carson Wentz and capable as hell.
Mm,
So
Carson. B, who you got?
For some strange reason, I get what he's saying, but that's probably the reason why I'm going to take Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota because Carson Wentz is playing, and I saw some stat where this is his what was this, his 16, right, that he's starting for. It was some stat like that, something like that. I could be some right. Eagles. I know he played for the Eagles. He played for the Chiefs. He
Indi-
played Minnesota.
Indianap-
Washington, Kansas City,
Indianapolis,
Minnesota, the
Minneapolis.
Rams at one point.
Yeah.
Indianapolis.
So this is six. This is his 16 that he's starting
Damn, he
for.
been on that many?
Yeah, exactly. Already.
Fuck.
So there you go. So like for that stat alone, you know me with the whole 3-3 shit and six. So I'm only going to give him
That's crazy.
this win this week for that particular reason and that reason alone. That's it. But I'm gonna take the Vikings to win.
This one's tough, man. I'm gonna split with this one. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. If Minnesota won, would it shock me? No. You know, it'd be crazy actually. This game mess around and be closer than we expect it to be,
Hmm.
and more. What's the word I'm looking for here? Dramatic. That's one of them little lingering games that be on red zone from the 1 p.m. game slot.
Facts.
You see, Jake Brown and fuck around. They won last week. Had to be a game-winning drive against the Jaguars of all teams.
You're right.
Mhm.
Because ain't nobody trying to see the Jacksonville Jaguars for real on TV like that.
Nah, unfortunately, I think you correct. But I figured that was gonna happen. That whole Travis Hunter thing was a hype job. No disrespect to him, but they like nobody's trying to see him, bro. Not trying to see him.
It's not about him. It's just that nobody gives a fuck about the Jaguars.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
But
hadn't he been on, say, another team, it'd be a different conversation. But
they thought having him there, and he plays both sides of the ball, it'll bring some like attention, but it's not working. Like I said, it's not working. So yeah,
yeah, they need to get long, flowy hair, thin Thor up out of there at quarterback.
that's yeah, for real.
'Cause, usually new coach comes in, quarterback there usually ain't the guy. Like I
Hmm.
said, when they want to do this renovation shit for the stadium, if that's what they still gonna fuck around and do, T-Law ain't gonna be the guy. He
Yeah,
got the aesthetics and the genetics for it, but that's about it.
yeah. I'm feeling
Speaking
it.
of which, they host the Houston Texans and a 1.5 point favorite. B, I'm gonna go back to you. Jags or Texans.
The Jags is the one that's favorite, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but give me the Jags for this one, right? I do think that the Texans will get them on the next go around, right? I think they're gonna split it. That's just my honest opinion. I think they're gonna split it. They're gonna be the two worst teams in that division. I don't know. Yeah. The whole Texans thing, they just a disappointment. I don't care, bro. They're a disappointment to me. They are. They just I can't rock with them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just can't. It's some I can't. You want to talk about quarterbacks being a disappointment? It's CJ Stroud is a disappointment. I don't know. Let me get the Jags just for this game. If the Texans win, hey, whatever, whatever. I think the Jags will probably get them next go round, but I think they'll split 1-1. Let me get the Jags.
Dale, who you got?
I'm with B on this one with the Jaguars. They can't block for him.
Yeah,
bro. If you can't block, you're not gonna win. So Houston is they're bad, bro. They're not. I'll okay. I wouldn't say this. Their defense is solid. Don't get me wrong,
exactly.
but
Defense.
offensively, bro, like they can't even move the ball like that, bro.
At
Um,
all. At all.
At a
and
little over a year now, seemingly. Yeah, something like that.
we got to think about it. The Jaguars are favorite for a reason. So
Which is kind of weird.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing the Jags be a favorite at all. It's
So
very weird. But yeah, Derek took H Town on this one. I'm with you on what you said, B, as far as them splitting. Houston could catch them on the second go round.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville on this one.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, their games do be close. There's been only two, but their games do be close.
Yep. Yeah.
Still don't want to watch them play, but it
Shit.
is what it is.
Shit.
Next game, 7.5 point favorite. We got the Cheeseheads. You know who that is. At Cleveland, the Browns, Joe Flacco, Jordan Love. Dale, who you got?
Green Bay, Green Bay.
B, who you got?
I'm going with Green Bay. I'm going with Green Bay. But I don't. Some backdoor funny shit might happen, right? You know what I'm saying? Some fact I can say
Seven
because
and a half. Yeah, that's a
yeah,
pretty big
you yo
spread.
yo, you want to know what's so funny, guys? You ever notice the Browns always win a game that they are not supposed to win? They do that shit every single year. Go
Who
back
was it
into
last year they beat?
um,
Wasn't it? I might be wrong. Wasn't it Philly?
was
Or
it
was it a
Philly?
game they came close to win?
I think they beat more than one team last year. I think they beat like two teams that they was not supposed to win against.
Baltimore was one of them because it was Jameis Winston.
Yeah. And it was another one. If we go back into the schedules, you guys will
Uh,
see. If anybody else wants to do the research, you're gonna notice the Browns win one game that they are not supposed to win. Not saying it's gonna be this one, but you guys understand what I'm saying. But anyway, let me get the Packers on this one. Packers.
yeah, like I
Packs.
said, clean sweep. Yeah, Derek picked the Packers. Dell, myself, B. Packers on that one. That spread a little funky though. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say that
yeah.
spread a little funky.
Yep. Yep.
Whew. Sunday 4 p.m. Denver at LA. The Chargers, that is, not the Rams. Chargers 2.5 point favorite. Do they start off two? Actually, do they start off 3-0? It's crazy how they start their season off all divisional games back to back to back.
Mhm.
For real.
Do they start off 3-0 in the division in the AFC West? Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
No, I think
Ooh.
I think honestly, bro, like Denver lost last week on like a fluky type on some fluky type shit. The Chargers are good. Do not get me wrong, but they beat the Raiders and they beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are on the downfall. Raiders are the Raiders, right? Denver and another and on another hand is it's gonna be between those two, right?
I agree.
In my opinion, I just don't think Denver can afford to lose right here because they'll be 1-2 and Chargers will be 3-0. So they can both be 2-1 after this game. And I just think Denver, that defense is gonna come to play this weekend. So
Mm. Okay.
that's just my opinion.
B, who you got?
Mm. So far who we got undefeated in the AFC.
Damn.
The Bills officially now, right? So the Bills is 3-0, right?
Yeah, 3-0.
Not the Ravens got a L. Let me see. So the Colts have a chance to go 3-0, and also
Yeah.
the Chargers have a chance to go 3-0, basically. So three teams have a chance to be 3-0. You know what? I'm gonna take the Chargers. I think the Chargers will do it. I think the Chargers will do it. They're gonna have their slip ups now. They're gonna have their slip ups. Now I know a lot of money was on Denver for the season. I think the books are scaring people. I think the league and the books are scaring people right now with Denver, and I think they will pick up. They will pick up at some point. But let me get the Chargers for right now because so far my MVP pick, just based on a business tip, is Justin Herbert for right now, right? So let me get the Chargers.
Derek got the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers on this one. Second game, I'm a lean with Denver in that matchup, but right now I'm gonna take the Chargers. I could see them going 2-1, but like I said, Denver or not Denver, but goddamn it, LA. Real quick before we get to the next game, Christian Harmon said Bills are winning it all. Have you not seen their code? They are free. I've mentioned this before. They had a whole nigga die be unalive, quote unquote, on the field, and they didn't do shit. He made the Super Bowl for them. Like at some point, guys. Boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
So he said he got the
At
Bills
some
winning.
point.
So he got the Bills winning the Super Bowl this year.
I'll make it even clearer for you what he said before that.
Yeah.
Let's in all caps, his words. Bills are winning Super Bowl, best team in league.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't know about that. I gotta see
Yeah.
it. I gotta see it. We we've
Gotta
all
see
we've
it to
all
believe it.
we've all fell for it, and I'm pretty sure like everybody here is just we all for that. We listen if it happens, but we gotta see it. We gotta see it. We gotta see it.
LIG. Let it go.
Yeah,
They not
we
let
gotta
it
see
go.
it.
Josh Allen can win a Super Bowl, maybe on a different team. He can do the Matt Stafford shit, go with the Rams later on, win shit is a Cali boy and shit. But let it go, dog.
Yeah,
Let it go. It's like there's certain things, just let it go. Is Lamar gonna win a Super Bowl? Let it go. The Bills gonna win? Let it go. The Raiders gonna be good? Let it go. Just let it go. It's okay. Call that hotline, actually. Anyway, next
Facts.
game. New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks, who are 7.5-point favorite. Dale, I'm gonna start with
wait,
you.
huh?
Saints bounce back, or is it the Seahawks?
Seahawks, man. Seahawks. I don't see the Saints aren't that good, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Derek got the Seahawks. B, who you got?
I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I think maybe the Saints. I don't know. The Saints is gonna make some changes. I believe. I think they're gonna be trash, and I think they're gonna make some changes. Maybe at quarterback, something. They're gonna have to do something. Um, I think ever since Drew Brees left, like this is their whole punishment. I mean, not that he was sitting there winning 3, 4, 5 Super Bowls for them, but now that he's gone, the Saints ain't. They're gonna have a couple years where they just gonna be garbage. The Seahawks, they're middle of the pack type of team. Sam Darnold, right? Correct. Um,
Yep.
he'll have his moments, right? Let me
Ginger
get this.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah. Let me get the Seahawks on this one.
Clean sweep on that one, Derek. If I didn't mention, I already picked the Seahawks myself. And it's funny because the Saints have already made changes at coach and quarterback with a
Oh shit!
veteran rookie.
Look
Yeah,
at that.
they
Well,
they are they're kind of where the Patriots were when Brady left, and they were
absolutely.
in that rough patch. They don't have a Drew Brees to keep them afloat anymore. For now, they ain't found
That's
their guy yet.
that's a good one. Yeah. Uh,
Christian said it's called Levi Stadium, as in Marv Levy. Bills head coach turned 100 like Bills' first Super Bowl. Cool story, bro. Next game, Sunday 425, Arizona Cards at the Niners, who are 2.5-point favorite. Is this another game where Mac Jones balls out? Is this 2 games in a row? This man is playing out of character, the Machinator, if you will. Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
The Machinator. I like that nickname,
mhm,
and I'm
mhm.
gonna roll with them. Niners gonna start off 3-0. Like I said last week, It's a system that hide the weaknesses of the players. And as long as they got C-Mac, they're gonna run the ball and they're gonna win the game.
B, who you got?
I'm rolling with the Niners. I do think the 49ers is gonna start off strong. And I know you guys was talking about what's his name that's gonna start, but you know your man Purdy's not 100% ruled out, right? They're thinking about there's still a chance that he might start, 50-50 chance. But either way, doesn't matter. I'm rolling with the 49ers on this one. I think the 49ers will start off strong. Yeah, let me get the 49ers. That's one of my confident picks. Let me, as far as like a game that I like, a game that I like, I'm definitely going to be watching. Let me go 49ers.
Yep, clean sweep on that one. Close game though, but clean sweep on that one. Like I said, if he does play, it's the Machinator for now.
Okay.
For now, you're too comfortable, Mac. Next game, we got the Cowboys 1.5 point favorite at Chi-Town, Chicago. The Bears. Caleb paints his nails. Williams. Where's a purse? Williams. Is this one of those games where the Cowboys fuck around and drop some shit? Because after a big win like they had against the Giants in this dramatic, exciting fashion, overtime, typically next game be some bullshit. And it's back to the same old Cowboys fans being mad and hating Dak Prescott. B, I'm gonna start with you.
Ooh. Now, I was doing a little bit of research with the lines of the game, and FanDuel and DraftKings caught themselves. So apparently, DraftKings had the Cowboys as underdogs. No, as favorites, right? But FanDuel
Yeah.
had them as dogs. You know what I'm saying? It was basically the one and a
Hmm.
half was flipped. So I just want everybody to know, anybody that's gonna bet that game, please be very, very, very careful betting that game or whoever you're rooting for. I feel something fishy going on in this game, right? The Cowboys and the Bears. Something fishy might happen, but I they fixed it. By the way, now DraftKings and FanDuel have them both. I mean, have the Cowboys as -1.5 favorite. It was corrected, right? Ah, they playing the Bears are home, and like you said, Low,
What
the
the fuck?
Cowboys always do some shit. They win a good game and then they just stink it up. So they should blow them out. They should be able to blow the Bears out on this one, if anything. So either the Bears win or the Cowboys blow them out. But I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
Dell, who you got?
I'm gonna roll with the Bears. Ben Johnson got to get his first win,
Yeah,
and against a team that don't have no defense, I can see it happening.
yeah. I don't blame you for that one. This is a. I'm gonna be watching this game. This is
It's gonna be a good one.
it's gonna be a sketchy game. Yeah, it's gonna be a sketchy one. I'm definitely watching this one because of everything that was going on
Yeah, especially
that
after the
line.
way Chicago got throttled by the Lions too.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
very some. Yeah, it just don't feel like a very straightforward Cowboys win. I'm gonna take the Bears on this one. We split down the middle on this one actually. Derek ended up taking Dallas on this one. Speaking
I
of
don't
which,
blame.
Sunday night football, the Chiefs 6.5 point favorite. Derek obviously picked the Chiefs at the New York Giants, not the Jets, but the Giants. Like I said, until Blackson Dart is starting, by default, I'm taking the Chiefs. Even if the Giants do fuck around and win this game, taking the Chiefs. B, who you got?
Uh-huh. By default, I'm taking the Giants. I'm taking the Giants. Yeah, I know you heard it right.
0-3.
Um, yeah,
0-3
this
Chiefs.
this is probably one of the games where I'm just jumping off the roof on this one. Like, oh, B, you're crazy. It's not gonna happen. No chance, right? I know, But
I really don't think it's that crazy. And part of me low key wants the Chiefs to lose. I ain't gonna lie, but
exactly. I'm just no. Let's just let me get the Giants.
Dale, who you got
Wouldn't it be some shit if the Giants did win and the Chiefs start off on 3?
on prime
Wouldn't
time?
it? I
Hey, yeah.
just
Why is this game prime time?
I think it's gonna be a close game. I truly do. Like I don't know if y'all remember that Sunday night game last year when the Giants played the Bengals and the Bengals barely won that game.
Hmm.
Another one like the
And
quarterbacks basically led both teams in rushing and shit.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
That was unwatchable.
Um,
But yeah, close game, but unwatchable as fuck like last Sunday.
you get what I'm saying though? Like, cause the Bengals were supposed to go up in there and beat their ass,
Fact. Fact.
but uh, I don't know if I can see the Chiefs going on 3. But fuck it, they finna go 0-3. Giants, they about to win this game.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, split down the middle on that one. But yeah, there's slick a part of me that wants the Chiefs to lose this game. Like it's slick hate watching really at this point. It's like watching
Yeah.
Nico
Yeah.
play for UCLA. You just want
Yep.
him to do
Yep.
bad. Like not get hurt or nothing, but like just throw a couple picks, just
Yeah. Facts.
get
Facts.
sacked a couple times, but get back up healthily, of course. But get sacked a couple times by 2 linemen, get sandwiched like an Oreo real quick. Yeah, I make them take some perks. Monday Night Football, we got the Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. 4.5-point favorite goes to the Ravens. The Lions throttled the Bears last week. The Ravens made shit interesting. Ravens and the Browns made shit interesting for a little bit for the Ravens. Open things up late. I'm taking the Ravens on this one. Monday night game. Close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout like we've seen in the past between these two teams. Derek took the Ravens. Dell, who you got?
I'm with y'all. Baltimore, they always come to play at home when it's a prime time game for some reason. Um, I like when they be flickering on and off the lights when they score a touchdown, and they got that little chant
Mm-hmm.
going on. That that one. They
Zombie
always do that
Nation.
shit.
Zombie Nation.
Yep. So uh, I don't see Detroit going into Baltimore and beating them. I honestly, the spread is what is it? 6.5, 7?
4.5 is what I see.
Oh,
You
four and a
thinking the
half now?
KC is 6.5.
Oh, it's 4, four and a
Yeah.
half. Baltimore winning a blowout.
B, who you
See.
got?
See. Okay. See. All right. It got FanDuel got 5.5. DraftKings got 4.5. I don't like that. Something fishy's going on. Right. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I won't be surprised if Ravens win. But that 4.5, 5.5 shit is kind of fishy to me. Maybe it does Detroit get their lick back this time from what happened 2 years ago? Yeah, I remember that 1 o'clock game when the Ravens put belt the ass, right? They like spanked them bad. Does that happen again? I'll
And
probably be
then there's a
excited.
game before that where Justin Tucker scored all the points for the Ravens and won. And I think it was a Monday Night Football game it might have been in Detroit. Yeah, it
That,
was because the blowout was in Baltimore and the one before that was nope, I'm wrong.
it
That
was
was
a
when we
way.
hit the doink, the 66
Yeah,
yarder. And then the game before that was when Justin Tucker scored all their points.
yeah. Um, the Ravens got to do something, right? Let me get the Ravens on this one. We're gonna see how that ends up. Let me get the Ravens. I won't be surprised if it's a close one, only because of how the spread is going from 4.5 to 5.5. But like Dell said, if it is a blowout again, it is what it is. It's better for my Packers pick for the division, right? Even better.
Mhm.
But let me get the Ravens on this one.
If they know it's good, they better make this shit close. So it's the only Monday Night Football game too. It's not two of them. But moving
Mm.
on to the locks of the week, I'm taking the Bays, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, not San Francisco. Derek's got the Chiefs and the Commanders or the Redskins. He took the Indians. Dale, who you got?
I got the Buccaneers and the 49ers.
And B, who you got?
That's fun. Yo, that's mad funny because I have the same thing.
What?
The
Tampa Bay and San Fran?
yep, dead serious.
For real?
Yeah, dead ass. Yep,
Lock that shit in.
like that shit in.
Damn, we almost had a trend where every single lock team was a red team. Different color blocking, but the top team was a red team. But any closing thoughts, Dale B?
Um, you go first, B.
Uh, hopefully, well, once again for everybody out there, make sure y'all do go and support the Patrick Mahomes movie that came out officially like tonight. But tomorrow you can go watch it or during the weekend or whatever. Make sure y'all go watch that, support it, and but as far as football, you know, I do believe it'll be an upset this week. We just got to figure out who is anything funny going to happen in MetLife Stadium this weekend. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
Dale, what you
Bro,
get?
what is Italian water ice talking about?
Uh, what he said?
He
Bro.
said, "Who's gonna score?"
Ha ha
Un-
ha.
Underdog week. All
I don't
favorites
know.
won last week. That's what he said.
But Buxton out of Tampa Bay and SF,
Nah,
who's
he
gonna
talking about this
score?
one. Let me pull it up on the screen. This way he was talking about.
Oh wait, let me catch it.
Let me pull it up. LeBrie says she's going to see him tomorrow.
There you go.
Bucks and San. Oh, is he saying that? Is he asking who's gonna be one of the touchdown
Who's gonna
scorers?
score for both teams? What he's saying?
Oh,
I guess he asking maybe from I don't know, since they locks like player props. I'm guessing.
Uh
I don't know.
I ain't gonna lie. I stay away from player props.
mm-hmm.
I don't touch player
Because that's
props.
how they
That's
fuck people up, man. Austin
yeah.
Eckler,
Hey, bruh.
prime example.
That's why I never tell you guys. I never tell you guys, yo. I don't do that. That's I ain't gonna lie. That's risky. Just give me the win. I Yeah. Unless it's a player that has a certain number. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's a 32, a 23, or 8, it's one of these numbers we talk about, then I could be like, all right, pay attention to him. I'll say that. But as far as me saying, yeah, he's going to score, I don't want to put that out there. Nah.
Yeah, usually when they have a crazy game, some bullshit comes out the next game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And more cases than not. Yeah, closing out. Watching him tomorrow.
Yep. That's right.
Saturday. Yeah, more likely Saturday. I'm gonna do a breakdown, review of the movie and things like that. Be on the
Mhm.
lookout for that. Weekend we got AEW got wrestling this weekend. WrestlePalooza, WWE. We're gonna see how ESPN butchers that shit. So, yeah, I'm gonna cook ESPN on that shit for sure. Not just them TKO, WWE, all that shit. They finna get cooked. Just know that. And Triple H, little punk ass nigga. But other
ESPN
than
about
that, man, we out. Wear condoms. Say no drugs. What you finna say, B?
no, I was gonna say ESPN about to run wrestling to the ground, man. I'm telling you.
Shit, it's already ran in the ground. At least WWE.
Yeah, yeah.
WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks to TKO.
Damn.